What you talking about? Sis Chad, what? What you talking about? Sis Chad, what? Right. What you talking about? Sis Chad, what?
Maxi Bmore. Welcome to the DMV's premier online advice site, sisterchatter.com. You know we got some hot topics for y'all today and a sneak peek into the next podcast.
Yo, let's talk about Bmore while she was up there. Was they wilding out by your house?
Oh, yes.
Perfect, yo.
Freddie Gray.
Freddie Gray. How did it affect you?
It didn't affect me.
Did they come by your house?
Well, how far
Would you say in
away?
helicopters?
It was near. It wasn't that far away.
Could y'all hear stuff blowing up, like
No,
sirens?
you can smell the smoke.
Dang.
You can smell the smoke. You can actually see.
What was the outcome of that? What happened?
Well, the police officer out on bond right now,
Mm-hmm.
or bail, whichever one it is.
Might I say, y'all little police chick lady, I like her. You know what I'm talking about? That light-skinned district attorney?
Oh, Marilyn Mosby.
Marilyn
Yes,
Roseby.
yes. Yes, she's serious.
She is serious.
She's serious.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Mm.
Now, the mayor, on the other hand, I talked to quite a few police officers, and the word on the street was that she said she only wanted 50 officers on the street when it started. And they were told that
To stand down.
that
See?
it wasn't going to be that serious, it wasn't going to be escalated, she could handle it. And when the school let out that afternoon, because apparently all the word was going to all the kids, and they texting and tweeting, we're going to be down at Mondawmin Mall. That's where I guess the initial officers were, and they didn't take it seriously. Now, so when school let out, I think around 2:30, 3 o'clock, they wasn't let any students get on the subways. That was another downfall, because by them not letting the students get on the subways, they couldn't get home.
Yeah. They did that on purpose, yo.
So now they're in the street. So they didn't have the National Guard come out for 2 days. But they made sure that the National Guard protected the Inner Harbor, because that's where
they all care about
That's
that.
the money
right?
maker.
That's where all the other people with the big money and
Yo, who's
the condos.
selling this? I know somebody want to buy this.
No, we're not. Let's change. Stop being ADHD.
My
Stop.
bad. Damn, I know somebody want to buy it. So was you scared?
That night when it started, I was just getting off from work late, and when I was driving through the city, because I was coming off of 895, and I was driving through the city, I could smell the smoke through my car, and then I could see in the offset the black.
How far your crib from there? From the real where it popped
probably
off?
Maybe less than 5 miles.
Really?
Yes.
You
And
knew
then
that?
and then while they kept on burning up cars, I thought it was so ridiculous. I was paranoid that they were targeting any cars.
Yo, homie,
And then they were coming up closer and closer
I'm gonna keep
up
it
to
real
the
with
city.
you. I'd have drove my car over there to get burnt up.
Insert crickets here.
You gotta take advantage of things. That's how you get the insurance money.
Yeah, I know.
That's the perfect thing. Vandalism is on TV. You know what I'm saying? Perfect setting. Did you not want your car anymore?
No, I wanted my car. My car is paid for.
Mine is too. I still want a new car. Shit.
Yeah, you'll get a new car with
I'll
a
get
new
that
car
fresh
note.
check. Yeah, but I
Is it
still
gonna
need
cover
that.
it?
No, but I need. It's enough.
Hey.
No,
I
it's
want a car
enough.
note.
I know what you're
No.
saying.
I'd rather have a
And
stacks
then
in hand,
they
yo.
took a situation and escalated it for ridiculous reasons. You're a thief. You're gonna always be a thief. What message did you send by looting? What's the name of that store? The store where you rent a center.
Ooh, they always tear up rent-a-centers.
They were looting Lexington Market. They were looting Mondawmin Malls. They were stealing sneakers, CVS. Drugs.
Why
It's
they
like,
ain't loot Kentucky Fried Chicken?
what was the purpose? So you didn't do this on behalf of. You saw an opportunity to steal, and now
Yo, but don't believe all that. These people set.
white people were stealing
Yeah,
too.
that's what I'm saying. But they the ones that be setting half. Black people ain't smart enough to just be like, we're gonna burn these cars down. White boys done started it. They might burn one car and be like, once you start it, now it's like, oh, we gonna do this shit too. They start that shit. All that shit is always started by them. I don't care who hear this. They start that shit. They started on social media. Little kids ain't thinking about, we're gonna go to the mall. Like, why would you think that just because it's an incident? They started on social media and then that shit turns into fire. Boom.
It wasn't necessary.
Then guess what? You arrest more black people, that's more black kids off the street. You see what I'm saying? It's a nasty cycle.
It's a last
You understand what I'm saying, though?
The whole nasty cycle of it is that you have these young black men losing their freedoms to bear arms. You're losing your freedom to get a good paying job, because once you get a felony, you can't recover from that. It takes years.
Difficult.
It makes a big
That's what I'm
difference.
saying. So now these little kids, the ones getting arrested by the cars, the ones getting arrested going to the mall because they just like, we going to the mall? You know what I mean? They probably wasn't even thinking about it. But they're not thinking the second part, like you getting arrested. Remember that girl that grabbed her son and beat the man?
But see, that was the whole thing because everybody looked at me and was like, that just reminded me of you.
That lady, right? Yeah. That did remind me of you.
Right.
I ain't gonna lie.
And everybody was like, and I said, and I told everybody, I said, you right. One, I know what my son looks like, and I know what he has.
He didn't even look like Drake. He had a hoodie on.
No, I don't care. But if I call his name, he will turn around because instinctually, your child will turn around. And plus, I always teach him to be an individual. Be independent. Make your own decision. If you're out there, it's because you're following somebody else's foolish decision. Yes, I would have snatched him up. I would have took my belt off and beat him right there in the street and dared anybody to say anything to me because that child has come.
I'd have said, son, I would have said, whoop him some more.
Well, see, the thought is like, it's either take the ass whooping from me or get beat down or killed by police officers. And that's what you don't want to happen. You know what I mean? And people just fail to realize that. What happened to when they were marching for Freddie Gray? How come you're not marching for education? The same amount of people that was out there marching for somebody else's child who got killed by police, probably because he ran, and everybody was like, well, if he was innocent, why did he run? Well, sometimes you just get tired of being harassed from walking across the street in your own neighborhood. Sometimes you just get fed up and you snap. Okay, that's all well and good. But to me, instead of protesting this whole issue about police brutality, start protesting and marching for education.
Yo, start marching against this genetically modified food.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, do some things for some real causes.
Nope.
Everybody, not just black people.
Nope.
We the only ones that even stand up for that. Other than that Tea Party shit, that's because they was getting robbed. Other than that, we the only ones that riot. Nobody else riot.
But see, they rioting and they fighting, they burning down where they live at. You have to go to...
We not doing that. That's what I'm telling you. We're not the ones doing it. They doing that.
Yo. You acting like ain't nobody black out there burn up no cars and rioted and threw cocktails and everything else, burning up stuff and throwing trash cans through CVS windows.
The ones who were on the front of the newspaper were the black people standing on the top of police cars, putting their hoods on from the police officers. What sense did that make?
Look like animals, yo.
Yeah,
but that was just dumb. That's just dumb. So now, don't think that somebody don't have video footage.
Right. Anything to make us look like animals. Period.
Well, you know what? Look, somebody can't make you look like an animal if you aren't being animalistic. I mean, to a certain extent. You got to be doing something. If you're standing there minding your business, you can't make me look like an animal. Unless I'm doing something.
You might be really standing up for the cause.
Well,
but guess what?
While you standing up, hold on. Stealing.
You might be standing up for the cause. The person right next to you might be doing that. But it's going to look like the cause is black people rioting.
Okay.
That doesn't mean every black person there was rioting. Right. Some people might be standing for real, holding hands and do it. They not showing that, right?
Well, yeah, they did.
Did they? I didn't see. All I saw was fire, dudes jumping on cars.
Yeah, you saw a lot of some of that. I'm not gonna say a lot, but you saw enough of it.
The little drizzies.
The people who didn't want to.
Some moms don't want their babies in the house.
They took a nonviolent approach.
They want them outside. They need to be inside.
No, you shouldn't be afraid of your own community.
You're not afraid.
No, the fact is they need more outside programs. They need places for these kids to...
No, they want these kids locked up. That's what I'm trying to say. That's the whole point. Yo, do you think these kids...
But who do you think is making the decision? The elected officials.
Of course.
So that means get your butt out there every election and vote.
Why you think kids don't know when the cops pull them over how to react? Why you think that is? Think about that. None of these kids know how to they don't even know how to react because society brainwashed them in all these weird ways, except for the teaching.
It's not an easy answer.
Here's the easy answer. You teach that in school. Hey kids, if you ever get pulled over, this is the proper response. This is for white kids, any kid. That should be for anybody to make the cop do their job better.
But wait, hold on. That class, that lesson that you're talking now about how to handle the cops, you know, it really don't even need to be taught in most white situations.
In every you know what I'm getting at, I know what you're getting at, but every kid, Mexican, I don't care who you are, you need to know how to react accordingly. That should be something that is
but you know what? But see, Drake, you're missing the whole point, though, because you're making it seem like this is all one-sided. Like the community should know how to respond to officers. How come officers aren't trained properly how to respond to the community?
Correct.
Because a lot of them come out automatically angry.
Both.
Because either one, they have to do their job. Two, it's always something that they don't want to encounter. Or three, they're dealing with somebody with an attitude. So if I'm a police officer and you're giving me attitude, I'm gonna give you attitude back. So now, whatever I do, I can justify it away and says, well, I either fear for my life, or he was being disrespectful, and I can charge you with a whole boatload of stuff.
Institutionally, though, after a while, even the kids that are growing up being taught that, they're going to become those cops. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
so those cops are going to be respectful along the way. But somewhere that whole chain got broken. That chick, Sandra Bland, okay, she talked back. That doesn't warrant you being, 1, arrested like that, and 2, however he was doing her hand when she was like, 3, going to jail, 4, getting killed. Ending up dead. Regardless of that, if they just, she's popping off. As a cop, it ain't that serious for you to say, you know what, ma'am, I'm going to give you your ticket.
Always act like
deal
it is
with the
that
judge
serious.
And walk away.
Yep.
You don't got to engage with them. Everybody's going to be mad when you get pulled, of course.
They don't teach them that in cop school?
No, and that's the point. It's all institutionally broke.
No, I don't think that's it. I don't think that's it.
Tea?
No. I don't think that's what's it. I think the higher-ups know the bad apples in their unit. And yet they turn a blind eye because as long as people are not complaining about what's going on, the higher-ups don't care.
Well, they got that boys in blue. What's that? They blue shield. Like, them dudes run, they cover each other. They're like, they're like a fraternity.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're not going to turn on their brother whether he's right, wrong, indifferent, left, right. That's why,
That's why Baltimore pays out so much money in these lawsuits.
I heard y'all
instead of taking it to court, they'd rather settle it out of court. Me, I don't want your check. I want your jail time. Because the same way that such and such, that could be my son getting beat down for a traffic stop. Because he's asking you a question. What am I getting pulled over for? It's my right to ask you. I'm asking you respectfully. Why are you engaging me? What have I done wrong? And the only thing you can say to me is, step out of the car, please. You can't answer my question, but you expect me to give you respect? No. So now my son gonna get beat down on the ground, get a record, a felony charge. Then when I go see him, he has no feeling in his hands. His chest is all caved in, eyes swollen out the socket. And how did it get that way? Because he got beat up by some police officers. So then they want to settle out of court and give me a check. No.
And make sure when y'all do get these checks that they clear your son's record. You see what I'm saying? Because that's the whole point. They gave him this whole.
It doesn't matter if you think the record is cleared, but somebody somewhere has a post-it with your name on it, and all they have to do is type your social security number and your name up. They got your fingerprints. Once you get your fingerprints taken, it's already in their system. They can tell you, yes, your record's been expunged. Unless you work behind enemy lines, you will not know if it's expunged or not. So it doesn't matter. They can give you a piece of paper, say it cannot be pulled up. I guarantee you, get a federal job and see one to come up. It doesn't matter.
Right.
It does not matter. Your fingerprint is in somebody's system.
The funny thing is, let's say it did get expunged, right? And you get a federal job for security clearance, you still better disclose it.
Depending on the year.
You say if you're under 18, you're saying you don't have to because this record's supposed to be sealed.
No, I mean that too, but after 7 years or something, on the questions for your security shit, you know what I mean? Because I had something on mine, but it was 7 years.
Right.
It was prior, so I never answered the question.
Right.
The question will be like, "Have you been arrested in the last 7 years?"
Oh, okay. Because I couldn't remember what it said.
Have you smoked weed in 7 years?
Those are not children.
Have you been with a woman in 7 years?
Have you been with a woman in 7 years?
7 minutes, nigga. What?
That would be, have you been with 3?
In 7 years?
Don't answer it.
At the same time,
right? Don't answer. Don't answer.
Anywho.
I wanted to answer. What's for
the
real.
Answer? Have I been with 3 women in 7 years? No.
I'm so proud of you.
At the same time, we said.
You growing up. You really.
You said 3 at the same time.
Yeah, 3 at the same time.
Yeah, nope.
No, not simultaneously in the same room. In the same room. We're not talking about that.
Same room. Like me with 3 women.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
No.
I'm so proud of you.
Why? That's not the norm. People get to sleep with 3 chicks all the time. Yes.
In 7 years?
Yeah.
At the same time.
Man, I'm hating. Not on the women part. I mean, I know my.
Why you?
Oh, manly. Wait.
Yes, you was. You said that's too stern. You was like, I'm hating. Oh, damn. You want 2 dudes?
No, can we change the subject, please?
You want 2 dudes or 2 people?
What?
2 people or 2 dudes?
No,
damn. Yeah, you sound like a sheep. What?
Animals. I'm just playing.
You want 2 animals?
I was playing.
She still got her mouth open like, huh? You know what blaze you, right?
What?
What blaze you?
Did you say we? You speaking French? Really?
Oui. No problema.
He's stupid. That's Spanish. Thank goodness for that train.
The train came by perfect timing. Yo, you want us to blaze you? Look.
I'm good.
Okay.
No,
She ain't even
I'm
say no.
straight.
Look, she like, yeah, we with it.
I'm straight,
No, it's been a very long time.
I got my cat.
We'll help. Look, we'll help you if you need help.
I kept my cats.
You need
No,
us to
I'm
be.
good.
You need us.
I'm good.
Need us?
Me and you.
No, I'm keeping my celibacy.
Next up on Sister Chatter.
So you picked the perfect night that I had somebody at the crib, 11 at night. You in my neighborhood, and you got to use the bathroom.
Are you serious?
I'm serious as what's the new shit killing niggas? Serious as a cop. I'm serious as a cop pulling you over in broad daylight.
Okay, so how you handle this? Can you talk about it?
All I'm gonna say is I was like, nah. I said, let me walk you to the car. You can use the bathroom down the street. And then it's like, oh, you treated me like I'm some hoe. So I'm treating you like I don't talk to you at all.
How long
and you
had it
just
been?
popped up at my crib like 7 months.
Come on, out of the blue.
At least 6 months.